And I'll say this. I had a baseball academy back in Houston. And I started this academy a year after I retired. I had a family friend who, their kids were playing select baseball. So they asked me to come out to the game. So now, I had no idea what select baseball was, because every team I played on was a community team, okay? So I go out to this game, and they kick the ball around. They make like 9 errors. So I say to both of the dads that invited me to the game, I said, when the next time these guys are going to practice? I said, I want to come out and I'm going to help them. So the dad looked at me, he said, oh no, Bo, they don't practice. This is select baseball. So I was like, select baseball? Wait. This is baseball, this is a team, right? He said, well no, select baseball, they get together on the weekend, they play these tournaments, during the week, they just do whatever. So I said, that don't make a lot of sense. I said, well, how are they going to learn how to play? Because in the game, you just learn how to compete. In practice is when you learn how to play. And if they're not going to practice, I said, when are they ever going to learn how to play? So that conversation led to me starting a select baseball organization in Houston. So we started the program, and just to make a long story short, we started with one team. In a matter of 4 years, we had 5 teams. And in a matter of a 10-year span, we sent 150 kids off to college, baseball scholarships. We had 15 of our guys that were drafted, played in major leagues. But it was in a conversation with one of my mentors that actually allowed that to happen. Because when we started with the one team, I was able to manage the one team. But before long, as the organization started to grow, because more kids wanted to be a part of what we were doing, one of my mentors took me out to lunch. He said, Bo, I think you have a really good program here. He said, the only problem is that it's starting to expand. And in order to sustain this growth, you're going to need to do one very important thing as it relates to business development. And I said, well, what is that? He said, the coaches that you have, you need to identify the ones that really have good leadership, and you need to start to duplicate yourself. So therefore, people don't start to feel slighted if they say, well, my kid's not playing on Bo's team, or why don't he have this coach? So at the time, we had 15 coaches, okay? I'm getting ready for spring training. I took the advice of my mentor, and I identified basically my 5 best coaches. Grabbed my 5 best coaches. We have a lake house out in Brenham, Texas. And literally, I took them on a weekend retreat. We just got out of the city, we went down to the lake house, and we sat there, and I gave them basically my vision of what future All-Stars baseball was going to be. And basically explained to them, you guys are the leaders, and this is my expectation, this is the standard in which we operate. And I took his advice to heart. I duplicated myself.